So today is a commemorative day,
Yeah, absolutely.
somber day, and but funny how some of those students might be at PGCC in terms of those students who were born during that time.
Okay. I want to thank you for making me feel old because I was actually born way, way, way before that. Finished school and everything.
Yes, yes, Deval. And in fact, I've heard it put, we were born in the 1900s. So
Oh, Lord.
if you really wanna push the envelope. But what is this now? The oh, it looks like Kayla liked that one too. So
Mhm.
what year is this? Not year. What week is this for school? Is this the second or the third week?
That is a good question. You can either respond verbally or put it in a chat and let us know what week is this for
Okay,
you particular. Okay,
okay,
okay.
okay. It's the third week. Okay. So I'm trying to remember. I guess by the third week you're developing a sort of routine by then, right? Going to class, knowing what classes you have, and knowing what days you have classes and things like that. So, what are you finding that you might have to tweak or change
Mm.
going into now this fourth week? It's I know even working at home,
I think it's like everything's
Deval.
very fast paced.
Oh, hello. Yes, please go right ahead.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I
Hello,
just feel
hello.
like everything is very fast paced. Hi. Um, and recently I just got my wisdom teeth out, and I felt like this week went super fast, and I kind of feel a bit lost.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay, the wisdom teeth. Oh, all righty. Um, was it one or two or?
It was four.
Oh, my son had
Yeah,
that.
I got both four of them out.
The quadruple. Oh, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope
Brave
you're
soul.
I had to take all of them out and just.
on the healing end. Yeah, I remember when my boy went through that. So
Yeah.
it's life changing because it kind of lays you
It was
flat
really
for a
bad.
little while. It was really bad. Oh, poor baby.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So how long ago was that?
It was, yes, no, 2 days ago.
2 days
Oh,
ago, and you're talking to us?
yeah.
Holy moly! Okay, okay. Look, you
Yeah,
can
I'm
stay
trying
in chat if you want.
to.
Yeah, we will certainly get if you want to emoji your way through this. That is fine. Wow. Okay. What a trooper. What a trooper. Uh,
Yeah, but
Deval,
the
I
good
don't
thing is
know
like I
about.
didn't have any swelling. Like it's pretty much. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No,
Go
no, no,
ahead.
no. You didn't have any swelling. It's pretty much.
Yeah, it's like pain free. It's just the medication is making me loopy, like really tired.
Hmm.
But yeah.
Okay.
I,
Okay.
t-
Wow.
I tell you, you are a brave soul. I had one wisdom tooth taken out, and this was probably what? I think 2 weeks before COVID really hit, and I was not feeling friendly for at least 4 days. Yeah, and it was just one, and it was just one.
Just
So.
okay. Okay. All right. Hey, we all have, different thresholds. So,
Hmm. Hmm.
but I remember that time, Devel, because you came into the office.
I did. I,
Yes, yes,
I
and no,
did.
you were not very sociable. Cordial, cordial, but not sociable.
Mhm. Yes, it is a difference.
How you doing? So, okay, all righty. Um, so then, as I was saying, in terms of going into this fourth week, Esther, have you had to tweak anything? Um, have you had to manage your time differently in any way? And that goes for you too, coworker.
Let's see. I think, you know what, to be transparent, there are periodic and systematic tweakings that happen and that has been happening since being remote.
Ah,
So yeah, and and it's not a bad thing. It's a thing to make sure that I'm just staying abreast of what's going on and just making sure that I'm just staying, ahead of the game and on top of my game and just staying relevant and current of the different trends and themes and things like that, and just making sure that I am being effective at what I'm doing. So you get a chance to see how things are going for the semester for that time and just do an assessment. And the reality is, in life, we have to periodically do self assessments. And
yes,
being remote is no different. Being remote is no different. So, the show doesn't stop and it keeps going on. And, we have to do self assessment. So, yeah, I've had to tweak a few things. Mainly, I was getting up around 6:30, and now I'm up around 6 o'clock. So
okay,
that allows
okay.
me time to do a little more. So
That's exactly what Kayla said.
oh, interesting. Okay, but she knows
That
what I'm
she had
talking about.
to. That's right. She had said in the chat she had to wake up earlier to get work done. So yeah, I don't know if it's at 6 a.m., but you
Yeah,
know.
most normal people are
Okay.
not doing that.
Well, it's funny you say that because what it does is it speaks to me about um, our sleep patterns, particularly during this time.
Mhm.
And when you were mentioning current events and staying current,
Mhm.
some of the material that I've been reading talks about people are really having a difficult time sleeping
Mhm.
during this pandemic.
Mhm.
That patterns have really changed. People have early morning awakenings, or can't fall asleep, or can't stay asleep,
Mhm.
um, or or are using naps as a way to make up for sleep, but also as escape, from boredom or from just what we're in. So sleeping has really been impacted during this time.
Yeah, and you know what? That's a good question to pose to our participants. How have you all been sleeping? Have you been having some good sleep habits, or have you been having some difficulty? Let us know. And I'm gonna just put that in the chat.
Thank you. I turned my noise machine down. It's too noisy for me. You know about that, Giselle.
I sure do.
I when I was speaking to the OSSA yesterday,
Hmm.
uh, one of the things I mentioned to your point was the idea of getting ready for bed versus falling asleep.
Hmm. Hmm.
And there can be a difference there in terms of having a sleep routine, making it easier to fall asleep as opposed to just running yourself ragged and then dropping it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm
Absolutely.
seeing a third person, but I'm not sure who that is. I'd like to welcome them. Okay, it says no connection, Nana. And then I'm also seeing Julio. All right. Welcome, Julio.
Good morning, right back at you.
All righty. All righty. Thanks for joining us. Um, you not sure where you came in, but feel free to ask any questions or clarify anything that we've said. And so, Devel, to your point, to your question in the chat, how have your sleeping patterns been? Might need that. You've been deliberately, you said, getting up at from 6:30 to 6. You're finding
Yeah.
that helpful?
Yeah, just and here's the thing. I'm finding it helpful because it allots me more morning self-care time,
Ah,
which helps to set the stage for what my day is going to look like. Put me in the mindset and the perspective of how I'm going to attempt to be for that day, because we all know that you can have a thesis about what your day is going to look like, and things could change. But regardless of how it changed, it's important for me personally to put myself in a certain mind frame and a mindset and just allot time for that to go ahead and just tackle the day. And so by me getting up that 30 minutes extra, what that does for me is it really allows me to start the day with tending to myself, and not in a routine chore manner, but in a manner of, self-preservation
yes.
and reflection.
Huh. Okay. Yes, I'm hearing intentionality there, being very
Mhm.
intentional about what it is that you're trying to own and what it is that you're trying to set for the day.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It really makes a difference.
Hey,
Yeah, it really makes a difference. If you put time into yourself, and just kind of center yourself and focus on some things, you're setting the standard for that day. And I guarantee that if that's something that, and it doesn't have to be at the same time that I do it, but if,
Mhm.
I think if we invest in ourselves at that moment, whatever that moment is for us, then we'll definitely have a different experience each day. I see
Mhm.
we got a response from Julio. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's just little things like that, we have to make sure that we're mindful of. And if I wouldn't have done, this periodically self assessment of what's going on, I may not have even stumbled across it when I did. So
Okay.
yeah.
Very good. Very nice. Nice. So, in the spirit of self preservation, I do have to say that, I'll be out next week.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and when my husband first brought it up back in July, I shot him down. And
Mm-hmm.
when he brought it up again in August, I shot him down.
Mm-hmm.
And so he brought it up again at the end of August, and three times the charm.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
glad that he persisted because a break is needed.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've been going, and probably the students too, probably went right from the spring semester into the summer semester, and now right into the fall, with very little break, and in the midst of a pandemic.
Yeah.
So that's a lot going on. Not to mention if you had your employment affected in any way. I know last week, speaking with or it might have been the week before, speaking with a student in the Friday forum, um, was saying how COVID really impacted his income, his ability to work. So thank you. I see we've got some new folks coming into the forum. Welcome. So I'm definitely agreeing with both you and Julio in terms
Mm-hmm.
of doing that check-in to see what are the needs for
Yeah.
yourself, and
Mm-hmm.
then taking action to make sure that you can preserve what it is that you need to preserve in order to keep going.
Yeah. Yeah. Excellent point. It's so easy to get caught up in the routine of life and put yourself and well-being aside.
Hmm.
I see a hand.
Okay, please come on in. Either chat or speak. Go right ahead.
Yep. Yep. Unless that was a mistake. We don't want to put you on this. We don't want to put you on the spot.
Was that a oops? That's a what's this? Oops.
Mm. But I do have a question for our participants.
Sure.
That question is, when do you know that it's time to take a break, to take time for self? Like when do you know as an individual it's time to say, you know what? I need a break. I need a DeVal day. I need a Kayla day. I need a Julio day. I need a week. You know what I'm saying? When do you know that that's the time? When do you say, I'm putting my foot down and I just have to take a vacation, whether it's a physical, a staycation, or a mental vacation? When do you all say that? What you got for us? I think we got some responses. Let me
Yes.
read that. It says, I think your body usually tells you. I think it's also important to have one at least once a week. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Uh-huh. Care for yourself. Yeah. Absolutely. I would agree with that, Kayla. I think our body does tell us. And I think the only thing that I might take slight issue with waiting for our body to tell us is possibly too late. Because when your body has to tell you, that means that, well, it possibly means that we've waited too long and now we're being forced to be sat down. Now, there's different levels of our body telling us. Our body could tell us by just being a little tired and exhausted, and our body could tell us by getting sick. You know what I mean? But I think you're right. I think that the body will definitely tell you if you neglect the body for too long. The body will be like, "Hey, hold up.
That's right.
You
That's
better
right.
you better check on me."
And develop. It can be as simple as hydration.
Yeah.
Making sure that you're drinking enough water. If you're not, the body will tell you. There you go. There you go. Oh, well, there you go. Right. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's right. Uh-huh.
the body will tell you if you're not drinking enough water. So and and don't get our nurses on here started about that because they'll talk about urine output and uh,
Mm-hmm.
the whole the whole medical piece that goes along with it.
They will definitely put us on track.
Yes, yes. So um yeah, the body can. There's a psychological psychologist. He's a researcher. Van Clerk, I think. Hope, but he says the body keeps the score. So I think that's telling in terms of what we're talking about here.
Is that
Body keeps
Van? Is that Van
Van
Corn?
Cole. Van
With a
Cole. Okay.
or Kolb, Kolb?
I thought it was KOL. Yeah, is it KOL? Man, see, at least we're in the same ballpark.
Yeah, I think I'm familiar. I think I may know who you're talking about. I
Okay.
just, for the life of me, I can't remember what the last part of that van is.
Exactly, exactly.
Hmm.
But he does a lot with trauma and body work.
Okay.
Yes, done a lot of research. Very good.
So, are there any plans for the weekend for anyone?
Oh, there it is. Vandu Kolk. KOLK.
Ko Colt, not okay, not Cold Colt. Okay.
Right. Kolk.
Hmm.
KOLK. Yes. Vander Kolk.
Okay. Okay, so we have some weekend plans. I'm seeing an old friend.
Okay.
Okay, excellent.
Oh, okay.
Prac-
Practice social
prac-
distancing.
Yeah, and we're practicing soccer. Now, I think I remember Julio. You play for
DC
the
United.
Unite. Yeah, the DC United. I think it's DC United 19 or 10. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Yeah,
Okay. That's
I
yeah. Yeah.
remember. Uh-huh. Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
And from what I have observed, the weather is going to be fantastic to be able to go outside and play soccer or to see an old friend even if you wanted to be outside. So that'll be nice.
Yeah. Gonna think I'm gonna hit the water and do a little bit of fishing probably on Sunday.
Oh, okay,
Haven't
okay.
done that in a while, so dust off the old fishing rod and see what I can do.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Where do you get your bait?
Well, it depends on what I'm fishing for. So if I'm doing saltwater fishing, I'll either get bloodworms and I get those from like a tackle shop, or I'll go to a Walmart like out in the sticks somewhere that
Oh,
sells them there. If I'm
oh,
doing like freshwater, there's artificial bait that I already have in my tackle box, or I will do I'll do like night crawlers, and I also have used shrimp from like go to the grocery store, get like a half a
really?
pound, yeah, get like a half a pound of shrimp,
Okay,
put them right on
okay.
there, and toss them out there. I normally I normally do three types of fishing. I would do deep sea fishing where I don't need to bring anything but myself. We get on a boat
Exactly.
and
Yeah, yeah,
we go out
exactly.
into
That's
the
fun.
middle of nowhere and
Yeah,
hunt sea monsters.
hours. Yeah, that's fun. That's fun.
Yeah, Kayla, the weather is getting nicer in Maryland for fishing. Absolutely. Then I may do freshwater fishing. That's like lakes, river, ponds. And then I'll do local saltwater fishing, like the Chesapeake Bay area for like rockfish and perch and things like that. And
Oh, okay,
yeah. Oh,
okay.
Julio
Julio
loves
likes
fishing
fishing and
and
hunting
hunting.
too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, all right. Well, I'm asking out of selfishness, to speak selfish, because where we're going, we'll have access to a pier and some water. So,
Okay.
what better thing to do than to cast a line?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Is it saltwater or freshwater?
I think it's salt water. It's the bay.
Okay,
So
yeah.
we'll be in the Chesapeake Bay. Yeah.
So
Mhm.
you can't go wrong with two things in the bay. Uh
Okay.
Bloodworms and
Okay.
something called peelers. Are you familiar with peelers?
Um. No. No.
Peelers are
I'm
just
not.
peelers are just crabs that
Oh. Okay.
they're crabs that I think have shedded their skin. I mean, shedded their shell. So it's almost like
Okay.
a soft shell crab, but they are
Yeah.
yeah. So they call them peelers, and I can't remember why
Okay.
they're called peelers, but I know that rockfish and perch for some reason really enjoy a good crab snack and a bloodworm. So if you're going out there to try to get some of those, then you should
Uh,
be good. And really, pretty much whatever's swimming around that at that area in that pier,
yeah.
yeah, you'll have a good
Okay.
time. Yeah, so peelers and bloodworms, you
All
should be
right.
good.
Excellent. Thank you. Appreciate that.
My pleasure, my
Good.
pleasure.
Okay. So apparently, our students know something about fishing. Kayla knows that the weather's going to be great, and Julio has even participated in. So
Yeah, I see
you're
that.
in good company. You're in good company. Hmm.
I've never gone hunting, and I've always wanted to go, but I've never really had the time to do so. And I have a lot of family in the country,
Uh-huh.
what we call country.
Uh-huh.
They go hunting all of the time.
Mm.
Kids, adults, elders, male, female,
Mm.
doesn't matter. They go down there and they be taking out ducks, geese. Well, not geese, but I think yeah, ducks,
My husband talks
mallards.
about the thrill of taking out a rabbit. Nothing like first kill. Like, oh my gosh, who are you? Oh, so yeah. Um, some people, yes, grow up within it. So I'm imagining Julio, if that's something you like to do, you probably grew up, doing that. Which,
Deer
makes
and
it
duck.
okay. Okay, so there you go. That's not, something you just wake up one day and say, I want to hunt a duck. No. I think you already have to know that you can take something out. Um, so I'm assuming that with hunting, we're talking about old fashioned, and turkey. So Julio's making Thanksgiving dinner for us.
Absolutely.
Or I'm assuming that with hunting, you're using guns, not so much bows and arrows.
Well, it depends.
Oh,
I've actually I've actually seen individuals hunt game with crossbows, old fashioned bow and arrow. I mean,
okay.
I say old fashioned, but it's not really old fashioned. There's these state of
Huh?
the art pieces of
Yeah.
equipment. But
Oh my
yeah,
gosh. Yeah. Yes. With the telescopic eyes and yeah.
yeah. I I haven't done it in a while, but I used to watch a lot of you know National Geographic type of programming, and I would watch a couple fishing shows. And I seen a show where it was a famous, I can't remember her name, but she was a famous hunter. And she was hunting, I think, elk with arrow.
Wow. And elk, those are huge.
Yeah. But I guess if you land the right shot.
Okay, now
Yeah, yeah,
that's true. That's true. You get that artery, it's all over.
yeah.
Okay. All righty. Well,
Wow, that's a good
so then you're
question,
right. It, it,
Danielle.
it just depends.
Yeah, that's a good question. Which is harder to hunt?
Well, because Julio listed so many things. He listed deer and duck and turkey and pheasant. So I'm not sure which one. They all move and fly, so, except for the deer. Except for the deer.
Hmm.
But yeah, that would be interesting to know.
I see Kayla has her hand raised. What's up? What you got for us?
Hi. So I just have, I guess, I don't know what to do in a situation, so some advice, I guess. Um,
Oh, bring it
this
here.
guy
Let's
that
go. Yeah.
I like, and he's a nice guy. He's liked me since I was a sophomore, because I transferred to another school. Um, but I got out of a relationship during the last year, or yeah, during the end of my freshman year, and I wasn't really in a healthy space. Um, all I knew was my heart was telling me, don't be with this guy because you're not ready. And I would always feel when I would want to be selfish and I would want to be close to him, it's just something was like, no, don't do that. So I didn't exactly do anything. I didn't, I guess, let him pursue me, I guess, or, make it seem that I was interested just because I didn't want to play with him and I wasn't ready. And I feel like I couldn't balance my emotions and his emotions. Like, it was just a lot. I think finally I got to a healthy space, like around, kind of like around January. So it was like 6 months ago where I finally felt healthy. I finally felt like I know how healthy relationships are supposed to look like. The only thing is I told him, because he's still interested in me and he wanted to wait for me for another year. But I told him, like, I don't think you should wait for me, just because if I want to self-discover myself and if I want to, be myself for a year and just be alone and be single, I feel like it wouldn't be fair for me to ask you to wait, because he's been wanting relationships, which is good for him, but I can't give him that at the end of this year. I can't tell him, you have to wait for me, because I don't know, and I feel like it's unfair. And as like this year is kind of, I guess, ending, I think I know what I want. Actually, I do know what I want. And
what do you want?
I guess I'm a religious person, and I feel like I want a godly man. And I think the only thing that he's, I guess, lacking in is the porn issue. Like, I have a big issue with porn, just because it's just linked to cheating. I mean, like, anyone can cheat, anyone can lie. I recognize that, but I still find that a problem because it is highly addicting, and I feel like sometimes men, they're like, I can't control myself, I can't da 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 da, and I feel like we all have self-control. I feel like if you want to change, you can change. Not saying that the change will be easy, but I want the guy that I like to desire those things for himself and not wanting to change because of me. And the thing is, I don't know how to bring that up to him, if I should do it in person, because I really do love this person, but I value him more as a friend than a relationship. So I rather put, I guess, him first, in the sense, like, I don't want to be in a relationship with him if I know it's not going to work out, if I know that he he's not exactly, I don't know how to put it, but there is this thing that I don't agree with, but yeah, I don't know if I should tell him in person or over the phone.
So, what's really clear from what you said is that you care about this guy.
Yeah,
pretty clear.
I do. Yeah. Actually, when I woke up from my sedation, I kind of don't remember it, but my mom said that I called out for him. But I just remember when I was waking up feeling very scared, and it was so awkward because the thing is, my mom, she knows him. He's very sweet. He has really good intentions. He's been very patient with me, and very understanding. It's just that one issue that is it's really pressing on my beliefs, and I don't want him, I don't want that to be an exception just because I like him.
Yes. You don't want to compromise your values.
Yeah, absolutely.
And actually, you're right on, Kayla. With the relationship, you should not compromise your values.
Yeah, I feel like that's very important because just in case, I don't know if, well, this is like a stretch, but if if we do get married or consider marriage, the thing is that situation or that problem won't end just because I ignore it. And that's just not how it works.
Yes.
So I feel like those things are really important to me.
Yes. Yes. Your question really was about how to bring this up to him. And I heard that you want to bring it up to him in a spirit of friendship, not so much a spirit of how can we have a relationship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because my sister, she doesn't really like understand.
I'm sorry, you faded out. Your sister doesn't.
She knows what's good for me, and she's like, she doesn't really like him, which I understand.
Oh,
Just because she wants to protect me, and she knows that this is not the person she envisions me with. And she knows how precious our hearts are, and sometimes, like as women, we get a little bit excited when there's like a new relationship, or anyone gets really excited. So she doesn't want me to get too excited about this guy, and I know there has to be boundaries set. So that's why I want to know if I should do it over the phone or tell him in person. But it's like, I don't know if I'm being selfish because I want to see him in person, because we haven't seen each other for I guess like for a year. So it's kind of like I want to see him, but I don't want to be selfish. I want to be really considerate of his feelings too.
Well, is there a level? Is there one that you feel more comfortable with? You shared that there's one that you secretly would want because you haven't seen him in a while, and that's the face-to-face. But aside from that, is there one where you would feel more comfortable?
I actually don't know.
How is it when you're talking with him over the phone? How is that?
It's great. Like, the thing is, I'm very talkative, and he just likes listening. And then we just somehow talk. I guess I usually like talking on the phone just because there's boundaries.
Okay. And then in person, maybe less so?
Maybe I think it's just I'm awkward. I'm just a tad bit awkward, just because it's a lot of emotions.
Okay.
It's kind of what I do, but then I don't.
Okay. That's some good insight. That's great insight. I don't know. It sounds like from what you said that talking over the phone can help so that you're not so awkward, and that you'd be able to get out what you're thinking or feeling.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm.
Without perhaps looking into his eyes and then feeling that awkwardness, and then your throat gets tight and you forget what you were going to say, and that can happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Has that ever happened to you before?
Yes, one time we tried to hang out, and it just felt really awkward for me just because I wasn't ready yet, and I kind of forced myself to be ready just because I was like, okay, it's been such a long time, like I have to be ready by now, right? But no, I can't rush, I guess, my healing process. And I didn't know that then, so I just went on a date. I guess I wouldn't call it a date, but we hanged out. And I remember regretting it.
Oh.
Huh? I regretted it just because we were watching a movie, and he was right next to me, and I'm very observant. And I noticed that he was looking at me in the corner of my eye and he was smiling. Like he was looking at me like, wow, she's so beautiful. Like I love her type of look. And when I saw that, it just my heart was like, I'm not ready. Like I'm not ready and I can't give him a relationship like he wants me to and I'm not being fair. And I just started feeling really, really sad and really bad. And kind of sick. So I was like, why am I doing this? And I guess in a sense I started freaking out and I didn't tell him. But I told him like later on about my feelings, but yeah, I guess I just felt very anxious and just not ready.
Was the reaction? Wow. And it also sounds like you learned from that reaction that maybe you want to put some space or have a pause.
Yeah, I feel like as at least when I grew up, my parents never taught me about relationships or how marriages are supposed to look like. So a lot of it was me guessing, um, which was a journey because like in social media or TV, whatever it may be, you always see girls have to get married. Girl, no, not have to, but it's like I guess in a sense the American dream to have that, or to be successful in that way, like having a family. So when I was growing up, I
So
thought,
it's a cultural.
yeah, exactly. So I always thought I need to get married first and have my husband like prepared, I guess, or have that section prepared and then be successful. And as I'm growing up, I know like that's not how it should be. You should be happy with yourself and it's okay. Maybe like you're called to singleness for the rest of your life, maybe you're not, and I should be fine with both. So I finally learned like what healthy relationships are supposed to look like, and I feel like I've been very blessed in that way where I don't have to guess anymore, and I don't have to, I guess, trial and error.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And so it sounds like now that you have a model in mind, that this guy is butting up against that model. Not such a good way.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? I couldn't hear.
Yeah, sure. I said it sounds like you have a model. You said I know what a healthy relationship looks like now. So you have an idea in mind, and it sounds like the guy who's interested in you doesn't fit in that model.
Yeah, it's not 100% there, and that's like my main problem. Just because I don't want to settle, like I truly don't.
Yeah,
because I feel like last time I did, and it just didn't work out. Yeah.
Okay. So in a sense, if you certainly don't want to lead him on.
Yeah, I don't want to be selfish in that way. And I feel like he does deserve to know how I feel just because he's been very, I guess, patient with me. He's been waiting very long, and I don't want him just for me to stop talking to him. Actually, I think the last time we talked is when I told him like I needed a year off without boys. So that was, I think, January 2nd. So we haven't been talking this year. But I just don't want to, I guess, leave him just guessing of why didn't she talk to me back? Like what's happening? Like I'm confused because I don't think that's fair.
So as we're talking, it sounds like you were formulating more of a decision.
I guess so. I guess so.
I mean, I don't. You tell me. I'm just going on what I think I heard.
I guess it's a no, but I just don't know how to. I don't know. I guess it's just because I guess there's a part of me that it's like maybe it's a mistake, but also another part of me saying no, like this is not a mistake. Like you know what you want.
There you go. Yes, yes. One of the things that I like to tell individuals, and particularly women, is to trust your gut. If your gut is telling you, it would be nice, but no, then listen to that. Intuition has its place.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
yeah, okay. So your question of maybe how to tell him, it sounds like telling him on the phone might be the best way from what I'm hearing from you.
Okay. All right. It's because I've been asking like several different people on like their opinions and what they think. But like I said before, I think it's I want to see him. That's why I want to do it in person. But yeah, I think it's
But
better just because of boundary purposes.
oh, okay, okay. And who's to say? Maybe there might be a follow-up meeting where you can.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Maybe. Maybe. Kayla, before you go, the thing that I'm encouraged about is that you're really in touch with what it is that your values are telling you, and being in touch with that can lead you to what you want.
Right.
Thank you. Yeah, it took me a long time. I guess the important thing for me was that not to place blame on people because I feel like when I was growing up, I put blame on my mom and my dad for not teaching me, but I recognized that it was probably because they didn't have the same thing, and that's fine because they come from different generations, different backgrounds, and yeah, and I could see that reflecting through their marriage. So it's not like, oh, they hate me, like they don't want the best for me. So I think just recognizing that and just like forgiving them and knowing that that was not their intentions. So yeah, and I feel like I also learned if I do have kids that I can teach them in a young age. Like it doesn't have to be that way. Like you don't have to rush into anything. Yeah.
I heard a phrase: "When you know better, you do better."
Exactly.
So yeah. So it sounds like you're setting yourself up. You're setting yourself up in a real positive fashion to move forward and to draw the things to you that match who you are and who you're becoming, including relationships. Well, we kind of had a dual format going here. You were working the chat with Julio, and I'm working the camera with Kayla. So Julio says, "Yeah." Kayla says, "Yes." So all needs were served today.
Absolutely.
That's fantastic. And that's exactly when you thought of this form, this is exactly the format that you were thinking of.
Yeah, I think that you and I both saw the value in the freedom of communication and the freedom of comfortability, and that's why it's an open form the way it is. You could show your face or not show your face. You can chat it up or you could speak, however you want to do it. We are here to facilitate that. You know what I'm saying? And just making it comfortable for everyone. And yeah, it kind of runs itself and works itself out.
Indeed. 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 Well, we'll go ahead and sign off for this time.
Yeah, I can't. Time really flies in this space. It does not feel like we've been here for an hour. You
Hmm.
know, but I think that that's a testament to the engagement that we all have as participants in this space. And I want to thank, you, Dr. Brian. I want to thank Julio and Kayla for, just engaging and being receptive and open to sharing and disclosing and receiving, information. It's definitely has been a pleasure. I enjoyed our time today, and I look forward to it next week. In the week after
Okay.
that. In the week
Yeah.
after that.
All right. All right. Well, hey, we get to see you at 3:30.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I'll see you then. All right.
Absolutely.
Everybody take care.
Okay. I have a question
All
for
right.
you once
Yes.
the chat is over.
Oh, okay.
hmm